Profit Academy. I'm here with Jeanetta and Darren Butler. They're one of our newer students, about 3 or 4 months in, give or take. Um, Thanks for joining me today, guys. Thanks for your time.
No
Problem.
problem. I appreciate you,
Yeah,
Tim.
yeah. Just want to get a little bit of your insight and opinions and just your honest feedback on like what drew you to Clean Profit Academy and a remote cleaning company. How has your experience been so far?
So one of the things that drew me to the business was we wanted to kind of start something. We just didn't know how. We didn't know what avenue we wanted to go into, and so we were able to. Fortunately, we saw this product, and I started looking into it a little bit. It's one of the boring businesses, but it's also could be potentially lucrative. And so, that's what kind of got us interested into it. We were a little skeptical at first because, getting into something new and not knowing what it's going to do and if it's really true or not is, something that you can be concerned about. But, eventually it worked out. So I'm proud about that.
I was interested in this particular opportunity and opposed to the other ones that we were considering because we wanted to start something and start a business that ultimately didn't require more of us physically. Um, my children are homeschooled, and so I am based here out of the home majority of the day. And I didn't want anything that would require ultimately for us to be successful, meaning that we'd have to either leave or doing a lot of running around. And so this particular opportunity appealed to me because it seems as though we'd be able to physically oversee and run it without being physically on the road or having to do something. Me having a background in administration, secretarial skills, admin skills, I thought maybe it'd be something that I could have a handle on while still doing my other responsibilities. And so I was interested. And with the support that was introduced to us, again, I was a bit uh, skeptical, excuse me, but when they told us that we'd have somebody walking us through from beginning to end, I said, okay, well, let's check it out. And so it's been amazing. Talk about hand holding from beginning to end. I have never received this much support in any of our other endeavors that we've tried in the past, and we've tried a few.
Yeah.
We've never seen this type of support, guidance, hands-on um, help from anybody else that we've ever tried to go down with. So we really love our experience here so far.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are growing nicely. You just want to talk a little bit about what's that like for you guys currently? I mean, just rough numbers. I know end of the month here, we're not completely done, but what does that look like for you guys in your third or fourth month or whatever it is that's going on? And how has the community like contributed to pretty much everything?
Yeah, it's been really cool to see that because in the beginning of our first month, getting started out, it was kind of, we're learning about how to set up the business and we're grateful of the community because the community really helped us to really be able to get answers that we needed to help us along. And that's one thing that I would say that, a lot of people say it, yeah, we're going to be here to help you out and we're going to be here to assist you, but then it's another thing to actually do it. And so
Yeah.
really to be able to have the community there, literally we can text you and you respond almost like right away. Nate as another one, we can set up calls with him. He responds just about right away. So any
Yeah.
questions that we had along the way, um, almost within the first 10 to 15 minutes, we're able to get an answer from you guys and different responses for other people in the community that has different businesses to help us out, and that's really been good. So our first month was a little slow, but then we were able to pick up. First month we did like 1,500, but then the second month I think we grew to about 6,000. Third month it was 16,000, and then this month we're going to be close to 19. So steady
Oh,
growth, and this is our fourth month that we've been in the business, and so our goal is to continue to grow, and hopefully my personal goal is to get to at least 20K a month in revenue. I
yeah.
know it's kind of like small numbers, but it's something that you set little goals like that, and being able to see the growth of that, and you guys helping us out really helped us to see how realistic that actually is as we continue to communicate with each other.
And now our goal is to also expand. So now we are one state. Our goal now is to take it and and do the same thing in another state and just keep expanding that way. And we have more of a confidence to do that now based on the support that we
Yeah.
received
Well,
for state.
yeah, it's insane to see how quickly the companies grow. I mean, if you think about it, 4 months ago the company didn't exist, and now you're pushing 20 uh,
Yeah.
a month, which is yeah, it's crazy to think about that stuff because some of our members 6 months in are doing 40, 50K a month, and those companies, their birthdays were, last year, if
Wow.
that, which is outrageous. But I mean, like talking about like I think you mentioned earlier that you didn't like the brick and mortar and you tried other, and what you would hear was that it's remote, right? The remote side of cleaning. So I mean, besides obviously the support that we provide, can you talk about some of the tools or like the people that are helping you guys out, your office manager, stuff like that? I think that helps. I don't want to say completely automate your business, but help as much as possible.
Yeah, yeah. House Call Pro is amazing. To be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you, and one of the things that I look for in the business was, especially in this day of age of, does the business have a system that it can work under? And that's how I can really judge to see if it's something that's can be passive over the course of time. And House Call Pro has been amazing because it automates things and it really helps us to make things look professional as well as we start our business, as we invoice, as we're able to kind of give our cleaners the locations of everything. It really makes things so automated, so easy to handle. Once you're able to handle or learn where everything is, it's really becomes real simple. And then on top of that, thanks to you guys were able to help us to find a VA, a virtual assistant, to be able to assist with that. So not only do we have a program to help us
Yeah.
make things accessible and make things easier for us now through you guys' diligence. You guys also gave us a virtual assistant
That's trained,
that's
trained and
trained
based
by you
House
guys,
Call Pro. Yeah.
right? To be able to learn how to do House Call Pro, to learn how to talk to clients, to learn how to book and do all those things. That has really helped us free up a lot of time for her while she's at home with the kids and things like that. And obviously she pops in and out whenever she can to check on things and make sure it's good. But to have that virtual assistant there, to have House Call Pro, and then to have the community and you guys to be able to assist us if we still have any questions from
Yes.
there, it really makes the business so simple, so easy. And all you have to do is actually want to make the business successful, and then it'll be successful. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity. I'm glad. I wish I would have found it years ago.
Right.
I really
Seriously,
do.
because we tried a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but just to see, and it's a learning process for us too, to learn how a business can work, how it can grow. And also by you putting in a little bit of work and with a community, with a network of people, you can be able to accomplish some of your dreams in starting and running a business. And so I'm grateful for you, Tim, and I'm grateful for the whole entire community.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're just glad that we're able to deliver. That was really important to me because I was like, these people are looking to start something and make it sustainable, and I don't take people's money lightly, right?
Right.
Yeah, I do. I try. My team breaks their backs to try to make this happen for you guys. But yeah, I mean, like I talk to people every day that were in the same boat as you guys, right? They tried the affiliate marketing, they tried the drop shipping courses, the what's the other one? Amazon FBA. Oh, it sounds like you guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, everyone else included, I guess. Also, it's like they've also tried the sexy stuff, the sexy solutions, the yeah, let's say we wouldn't walk up to a bar and be like, yo, I own a remote cleaning company. It's not a conversation
Right.
starter.
Right.
But yeah, so like I talk to people every day that, have been burned by those, or maybe not seen the same success or the success they wanted with those opportunities or offers. So it's like just like you guys were on the fence, like what was it that made you guys, take that plunge, and what would you say to someone looking like right on the fence to potentially doing the same?
Well, for me, I am very skeptical and I was side-eyeing this situation. But what did it for me was the immediate connection and response. I think the first person he booked it with, he got back to him so quickly. And then the next person he spoke with, I'm not sure, was it Nate or was this in between? It's Nate. Nate got back to us right away. And it was just immediate connection. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess these guys, aren't scamming us because they're so accessible. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, maybe we really can do this. And literally, I'm like, well, I was expecting to kind of lose contact with you guys after a while because, you become distant, after we've actually get signed up. And that never happened. And so it really kind of like forged me into it. And I was the one that really needed the convincing. And I was just, once I saw that I was easily accessible and I never was able to lose contact with Tim and Nate. And I was like, okay, these people are here to stay, then I'm all in because it doesn't seem as though I'm going to be left in the lurches. And so that was it for me, like the connection and the personalness that was given to us from the beginning to end. Well, not to end and ongoing.
Yeah, and that's exactly that. The coaching, right?
Yeah.
We can schedule. I mean, if we wanted to, we can schedule Nate, which is one of our coaches, every day, and he would be there.
Yeah, he will.
You know, he would
He
be there.
would.
But just the coaching, like we were able to get with Nate, schedule it, ask questions. He'll help us out with certain things. He'll show us certain things. Not only that, we also have the school that you have,
Yes.
the school program that you have where you set up recordings so that we
Yeah.
can see how to set up certain things. We can see how things are done. If we have any questions, we can go to the school to get to the answers, or we can also ask Nate about it, ask you about it. And just that whole process really from the very beginning helped me to see like, okay, me investing the money to be able to do this is already
It's,
paying dividends
it's
before we even set
yeah,
up the
it's
business.
worth
It's
every dime.
already being paying dividends. And so just from that aspect of things, we grew confident. And of course, as we were able to see the steady success of the business grow, we were really like, wow, this thing is
And they
actually
know what they're
working. It's
doing.
taking off. Like
Yeah.
they said that it's gonna take off, and it's actually, wow, it's actually taking off. So
Right on schedule,
Right
right
on
on schedule,
schedule,
right on
literally.
schedule. So it's amazing. I would recommend all who actually want to start a business,
Yes.
who have dreamed to start a business, to definitely take a look at it. Give us a chance, and we'll definitely be able to, with some hard work behind it, we'll be able to kind of help you to be successful.
Yeah, I just think I'm super grateful about this too, is the way our community is right on Slack. Like because everyone's been in the same shoes. Everyone's been that skeptic that was like, hey, like is this a scam or is this even a real business model, whatever. And they go through the same speed bumps that everyone does when they're starting. So I feel like that makes people a little bit more sympathetic and actually help the newer people. And nobody here really views it as a competition because a lot of us work together, right? A lot like
Right.
the boys in Florida are cranking out jobs, California, whatever. It's because everyone's been in the same situation where they're like, hey, like I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me take this leap. So everyone's taking that leap and now they're like, oh my gosh, that person was like at the exact same, like I remember how frustrating it was to get reviews. I remember how frustrating it was to deal with the cleaners and whatever, right? Just the typical nonsense of running a business. It's just whatever, right? It's what it is. But I think that the Slack is worth more like in anything, to be
I
honest.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean like yeah, we're a lot of people say it, right? You'll hear from me. I'll still be around.
Right.
Whatever. Now, that's great before you take their money, but a lot of people, that sentiment dies off post, right? But for us, I mean, like I'm there, man. Like,
Why?
Yeah,
yeah,
we
me
see it.
personally, not my team, me personally, I'm in there. I answer very, very fast.
You do.
Because
Yeah.
it's business, people need an answer. But yeah, so I think that's the one thing is like the support is like that's my shining like beacon of truth is like that for sure will always be there because you know yeah everyone people's businesses depend on it and I think that's important but cool I mean like I'm really glad you guys are crushing it you're growing as usual it's time to expand now we talked
I
about
know. Yep.
We're working on it. We're
time
working
to
on
add some states but like was there anything else that you guys would like to add about this whole thing I know Nate's been amazing the Slack and all that good stuff but yeah
It's worth every dime. It's worth every dime. This is coming from a person who is extremely skeptic. So, you will not be disappointed. Follow what they say to do. Don't question it. Do what they say to do. It may not make sense in the beginning. You may not understand, but follow the patterns and you will have the same results. No one gatekeeps. It really is like a family. Everybody has the same type of goal in mind, which is something that is really rare. And this was it for us. And so hopefully if you follow the same pattern, it'll be it for you too.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just like I was mentioned, it's worth the investment. It's more than worth the investment to
More
me.
than
I
it.
think that this is a program that really is worth more than what you initially pay for. And obviously, you don't realize that when you first start, right? But
Yeah.
you
Still scary.
realize the value of it. And we're about 4 months in, and we're like, man, 4 months ago we were paying, for it, and now it's like we're able to see the dividends so quickly because of the community, because of the tools, the program, because of how the system that's been set up for us, right? And so it's amazing. Anyone who wants to get involved with the business, a remote business, and I definitely would take the leap and join the program.
And once you get into it, I've looked at him a few months ago and I said, that's all we paid for this? Like
Yeah,
all the support that we've gotten, it seemed like so much, but once the support that you get is like, wow, we really should have paid a lot more.
yeah,
We're not complaining, but it's like this is worth a lot
yeah.
more than what we're getting,
Yeah.
than what we paid for.
It's okay.
So
I get called a scammer every day. So, you know, I see both sides of the spectrum, but it's not their fault. They don't know better. And all honestly, a lot of the offers or it is a little predatory.
it is.
But yeah, we're like I always tell people that talk to me, I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna follow up with you. Like whenever you are ready to make that plunge as a business owner, then you make that plunge. Like if you don't text me, you'll never hear from me again.
Right.
Right.
This is not like I'm like, hey, this is what my system is. If you want in, fantastic. If you don't, cool, great. Good luck. But like, yeah, that's what it is. Cool guys, glad to hear it. I mean, hopefully so you're 4 months in 8 months. That's crazy. 8 months, it'll be your 1 year anniversary of being in business.
Yeah.
Who knows where we're gonna be then?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
It's gonna
So.
be awesome.
We're gonna be right with you, Tim. I tell you that much.
Yeah, hunt me down. Nah, somebody's gonna pass me up. I love it. It's great. I try to hold it off as best as I can, but you guys they're growing fast, man. Some of these guys, you see them. I mean,
Yeah.
like Alvin and Jimmy and all them are just absolutely. They got me looking a little bit behind my shoulders a little bit. But
Yeah.
cool. It's good though. It's good. It means that the system's working.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Well, thanks for your time, guys. I appreciate it.
No
And
problem.
you know how to reach me if you guys need me. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool. Let me stop.